I'm on Brazilian time today. So, hey, good evening. Thanks for the invitation to share some ideas about the future. It's very interesting when we talk about future technology, design, and we spoke this morning about it as well. I want to show you some examples which we've been working on in the last couple of years, which are about poetry, pragmatism, and a lot of things. You remember these glow-in-the-dark little stars? Yes, which you had on the ceiling when you were a boy or a girl. Yes, I think I've been staring at them way too long when I was a 5-year-old. It's light, pure light, no battery, no solar panel, no energy bill. So 2.5 years ago we went back to the lab, making it more durable, more light emitting. And at the same time we got a request from this guy, Van Gogh, the Van Gogh Foundation, who wanted to celebrate his 125th anniversary in the Netherlands. And it was a client that came to me and said, can you make something to make a place where he feels alive again? So we started to connect these two different worlds, between the new technology, the new material, and the Van Gogh. And this is what we made. A bicycle path, which charges at daytime via the sun, and then glows at night up to 8 hours, 9 hours, hinting towards a future, which should be energy friendly. And at the same time showing the poetry of new technology, of green energy, safety. And if you are ever in the Netherlands, you can go there for free, no ticket needed. And a lot of people do actually, they go there to experience the future. And it's great because Van Gogh literally walked these grounds in 1883. So on one hand, it's appreciating history, local cultural heritage, the proudness, and at the same time it makes a statement about the future. And it's fascinating. We work together with an infrastructure company, a road company. So two worlds started to wake up. So the world of the hard capital, so sheikhs from Qatar started to call how much for 10 kilometers. That was really fascinating. But also here, the world of the soft capital. It's a children's book, which is about the life of Van Gogh. And in that book, they sent it to us a couple of weeks ago. They follow the life of Van Gogh, and they visit the bicycle path. They made a little copycat, you see? So we pop up in the world of education. We pop up in the world of imagination. And this is one of the biggest compliments I can get as a designer, as an inventor. To become part of education. And right now we're building more of them all around the world. To improve mobility, to improve sustainability, applying the same principle to highways, to roads. And it's really fascinating because when we talk about mobility and innovation, everybody always focuses about the car. It can be sexy and glamorous and billions of R&D every year, 5 new, 6, 7, 8 models. That's all fine. But the roads, the infrastructure, should be cheap, maintenance free. I think that's wrong. We should make landscapes which are beautiful, which are functional, which are safe. Or here, this is one of my favorites, my first project in a public space, 9 years ago, when we were still young, broke, and innocent, in a pedestrian tunnel. It was a problematic tunnel. It's very dirty, a lot of vandalism. So the government, the city, came to us in Rotterdam, in the Netherlands. Can you make something to make a place more better? So we made June, thousands of fibers which are reacting to the sounds and motion of people walking by. So here, although it's high-tech, sensors, software, microchips, it's not about that. It's about making places where you feel connected. It reacts to you as you walk by. Or here, connection between people. So it becomes intuitive. Yes. And these are people that we filmed from a distance. Yes, so we installed it in the morning. In the evening they walk back. Sometimes a bit scary. That's good. And what was fascinating, by placing this in public space, there was no sign, there was no guards, there was nobody telling you what to do. So suddenly, you know, people came there. Wedding couples started to come there to have their photos taken. So it was beautiful how an old, ugly tunnel was transformed into a hotspot for a wedding couple to have their photos taken. So design, technology can change the city, make it more human, make it more personal. Or here, this is also, I showed this in the morning, fashion. How can we make fashion more active? This is a smart material which can change in transparency based on the heartbeat of the model. So the more you like somebody, yes, the more you show yourself. From black to transparent, or from white to transparent. So how can we make fashion more as a skin, as something that connects people, that is not static anymore? And I like that a lot, this notion of adding layers, layers of light, layer of knowledge, layer of experience. Sometimes it's fashion, sometimes it's more landscape. This is one of my personal favorites as well, in Amsterdam, Museum Square, where we made a combination of LEDs and lenses to show how high water level would be. Because of global changes, global challenges, you have rising sea level. It happens everywhere, New York, Netherlands, Asia. But a lot of people, they forget, or even American people say it doesn't exist. Wow, that's really stupid, huh? So we showed how high water level would be in the future. And we placed this in public spaces. Thousands of people came to see. Some were a bit scared. They were like, that's a bit scary. But others were really mesmerized, and they started taking photos. They started looking. 60,000 people showed up in one night. And it was really beautiful to make design, to make art, and to create a vision about the future. Should we be afraid, or should we be more innovative, more creative? And this is my home. It's not in Brazil, but in Rotterdam, in the Netherlands, an old harbor area, where we renovated an old glass factory. So we saved it. It was abandoned for 22 years. Horrible. All the windows were broken. It looked like shit. Horrible. So we saved it from demolishment. So this is where the team of project managers, whiz kids, engineers, designers, and this is a big space where we prototype. The Dream Factory in Rotterdam. And this is what we like a lot. This is what we look at the future, at creativity. And World Economic Forum, you see it on the right above, it's one of the most important think tanks in the world, in Geneva, in Switzerland. And it made actually a research with a lot of people all around the world asking, what do you think is important for the future? And they made this overview of skills which are important. And what you see, it's really fascinating. It's not so much about technology or being good in programming. Number 3, creativity. Number 2, critical thinking, or the fact that you can problem solving. So this is really fascinating, yes, that the human skills, things that computers or robots cannot really do well, will become more important in the future. So this is really interesting. If you want to be happy or successful in the future, you should train these kind of qualities, because the rest the machines or the robots will do. Beijing, 3 years ago. Good day, bad day. So here we see machines, in a way, cities are machines that kill us, that pollute us. We live 5 to 6 years shorter. Children have lung cancer when they're 8 years old. It's insane. It's crazy. So I saw this image from my room in Beijing 3 years ago. I became inspired by Beijing smog. And I wanted to fix it. I wanted to solve it. If Van Gogh has paint, maybe I have my smog particles. And we didn't want to wait for government with their big programs, energy programs. So we decided to build the largest smog vacuum cleaner in the world. This is how it starts, very simple. It's not simple, but it starts always very simple. So we literally built the largest smog vacuum cleaner. It sucks up polluted air, cleans it, and then releases the clean air. And we built it. This is in the first one. So it cleans like the size of a football stadium in a day and a half, capturing the small smog particles, and then releasing clean air. So we have parks, like big areas, public space, which are 50 to 70% more clean than the rest of the city. So we create clean air parks. And, this is very cool, every month we open it. It's like a spaceship. Because this, do I have it with me? I hope so. Oh yeah, here. This is, let me see. Yeah, this is Rotterdam smog. This is not the stuff Amsterdam is famous for. What? I can make fun of my own country. Yes, I can. This is Beijing smog. This is the stuff we were sucking up from the urban sky. Disgusting. Really, really disgusting. This makes sure that you live 2 or 3 years shorter. It's like, this is in our lungs right now. Not good. But we said, fascinating. We should do something with this. So 42% of this incredibly disgusting bag that you're seeing right now is carbon, 48%. And we said waste should not exist. The smart city is waste for the one is food for the other. So what happens when you put carbon under a lot of pressure? First you get like a pencil, and then you get diamonds. Very good. So we compress it for 30 minutes by hand, and inspired by that, we're making smoke-free rings. So by sharing a ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meters of clean air. And we put this online, a Kickstarter campaign, because while we were working on this project, we had a problem. We had a budget problem. Because a lot of mayors all around the world were interested, but they were also very hesitant. Yeah, if we support this project, everybody knows we are a polluted city. And we're like, well, if you live in Beijing or in Delhi, people will know it's polluted. But they were very hesitant. So we put this online, a Kickstarter campaign, crowdfunding. And the finance we made with selling the jewelry helped us to realize the first tower. Yes. So the waste was not the waste. It was the activator. It made sure that the project happened. Here, I have one. It's very eager. So this is one of the first ones. You can show it around. Cool, huh? I had no idea how to design jewelry. I was an amateur designing jewelry. We thought we would do it in 2 weeks. It took us 4 months. But it was great, wedding couples started to purchase it. Really, they sent it to us. These are not actors, these are real photos. They sent it to us. He proposed to her, a couple from India, from Delhi, as a sign of beauty, as a sign of hope. So for me, beauty, true beauty, and we talked about it this afternoon, not about a bloody Rolodex, or a Ferrari, or a Louis Vuitton bag. Forget about that. That's old luxury. New luxury is clean air, clean water, clean energy. So she said yes. I love this picture. These are the little presents you get as a designer. You cannot design this. You cannot think about this. You can maybe hope, and then you open up your inbox in the morning. You get these kind of photos. Yeah, that's a good day. Yes, that's a good week. That's a good month. And here, Prince Charles from London. He got the cufflinks. We put a little microphone in, so now we know all the state secrets. You might want to cut that out the movie, they will arrest me. No, but it's great, make it personal, make it shareable. It's not just technology, It's also making a story. You need both. And right now it's traveling through China, supported by China's central government, making clean air parks. And it's fascinating how we, step by step, can change the future. We don't wait for government. We don't wait in general. Step by step, we change. A lot of science, so this is part of the scientific research to show the effect. We have proof after 3 years of work. And they call it now lovingly the Clean Air Temple. It's really cool. They go there on the Sunday with the children hanging out. Fascinating how you can use creative thinking, new technology to improve life. Design is not about another chair or another lamp or another table. Design is about improving life. And finally, this is still my secret project. You cannot Twitter or social about it. Yeah, promise? Promise? Guys, no photo. It's Brazilian people. Whatever. I'm going to sue your ass. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. Yes? Okay. So, this is a new project. Secret project. What are we looking at? What is it? The universe, yeah. Okay, a bit more specific. Plants? Atoms? No? Jupiter? No? Earth? Yeah. Get it. Trash. Very good. Very good. Very good. This is a simulation of all the space waste, space debris. Right now, they are tracking 23,000 objects around 10 centimeters caused by crashes, like satellites or damage. So in a way, this is the smog of the universe. Yes? And it's a big problem, because it started very friendly in the beginning, 1957. But more satellites, more rockets. So we are polluting universe. Great. Yeah? Great. And that's sort of okay, but it's getting worse. You see 2020? Tick, 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 tick. And why is this a problem? Because if a small piece hits a satellite, it goes through the Kevlar, through the protection layer. Satellite goes down. No more Facebook, no more banking, no more wired, no more Vogue, whatever, you know. No more communication. No more communication. No more communication. It stops. And so ESA and NASA, the space agency, they are working really hard to fix the problem. So they have a lot of ideas, like with nets, or with a laser, or with a robot arm. But nobody knows how right now. It's a big problem. So I'm not sure, I don't have a solution yet. I don't. But I'm really interested what the smog-free tower, the smog-free ring, meant for Beijing, for Asia. Can we apply this kind of thinking also to space? Because what you see is that after a while there's so much pollution, and it's growing and growing, that we cannot launch missiles anymore, launch satellites. So can you imagine a world where we have planet Earth floating, surrounded by universe. Universe is endless, more or less. It's endless. But because there's so much pollution, we cannot launch missiles anymore. We're trapped. So we will have a world where for future generation, we're trapped inside planet Earth. Not a good idea. So one of the ideas we're working on now, and this is very, very hypothetical, that's why it's still secret. So we want to attract the space waste to Earth, and when it hits the atmosphere, it becomes light. Yes, it burns. So we want to create artificial falling stars. Yes, waste is light. No more polluting fireworks for Olympics. So we attract the waste, we burn the waste in the atmosphere, and at the same time getting these beautiful falling stars at night. So all I need now is 8 million euro for a prototype and a non-cloudy night. And I'm looking forward to give you an update about this project next year. Thanks so much for your time, guys. Yes.